Act on the game and what he's meant to you on that side of the ball and how he played today. Yeah.
As you know, Mikey's been a incredible player for us offensively. Always penchant for making the big play, do anything, block, just like all our receivers. I mean, all our receivers, they're blocked. They're happy for the other guy's success. Somebody gets a touchdown, running back, to get a block for somebody, that's do anything for the team. That's our receiving group. Cornelius, Ronnie Bell, AJ Henning will do anything. So will Andrell Anthony, anything for the team. Roman Wilson, anything for the team. And Mikey certainly was that guy. And then asked Mikey if he would consider going over to defense. Figured it was going to be tough to replace Dax Hill, and just felt like Mikey had the skill set for it, and he was smart enough to be able to do that and play both ways, and then also he was willing to, and then he just was so good at it, right off the bat. Dog? Got that dog in him. Disciplined athlete with grit. Yes, he does have that dog, no doubt about it. And he was so good at it, we just started playing him at nickel and corner all the time. And that play you made at TBU in the end zone and others, just the way he tackles and will do anything for the team. Same with my guy right here, Mike Barrett. Great fifth-year senior, great captain. Hope you come back next year. And you too, Mike. Just couldn't have it any better. There's not a coach in America that can have it any better than to have this group of players. Every single one of them, just love them.
Mike, did you feel like they were going to test you today?
Oh, definitely. With the way Mecca Igbokwe have been playing this year, we knew that was a guy that they wanted to get the ball to in certain situations. So, coaches did a great job this week preparing me for those situations. And there's a few I gave up, but that's just the game of football. And just, having that next play mentality and being ready to make the next play that comes to you.
The Mullins play, what did you see at that moment to go with
Just the play we were working on. You could tell they were really crowding the line of scrimmage. No depth to the defense, and it's a play we've saved for the entire year. Really built up for it. It's a Blake Corum play. He's had the most reps on it, but with Kalel kind of audition, it just felt like he was the best one to throw it. So very few reps he had, but what a guy. And there's nobody to do more for the team than Kalel Mullins. Running back, linebacker, and then we brought him over to running back early in August to really be a big back for us. And then Nakai Hill Green got hurt, so we had to just keep Kalel at linebacker, and then this week brought DeClell back to the offensive side, and about 2-3 days into it of practice, you could see that he was getting back to that form that he was in August, and but also liked the way he was throwing the ball better than anybody else, and we just executed it really good. What we saw was just how tight they were playing the line of scrimmage. A great job by Scooney adjusting the ball.
with Donovan, how much of that was a pain management thing for him? With the cast on his hand, how much of that did you expect him to have that kind of second half performance?
Yeah, well, when Donovan first got here, he was here mid-year freshman, and he had just come off of surgery and was in a cast for the whole spring practice, 6, 7, 8 weeks. And at one point, I remember distinctly saying, because he was catching everything, it was with a cast, like, if he can catch everything, certainly everybody without a cast could catch. Remember that, Mike? He was catching everything, right? So I had little doubt that there was no pain management, and he's just that. Either there's not a lot of pain, or he's just that tough of a guy, because there's no there's no pain management to it, other than how he's managing it, and he's just telling us it comes.
All right, we're gonna excuse
Appreciate it.
Coach, bring in Dan.
Please do.
Your questions?
Mikey, on the pass breakup. Yeah. I'm here, you waited on all of it. What happened? Take me through that play. How was that?
Yeah, so they were in 12 personnel. I had the tight end. He started to play blocking. And then, so the first thing I thought of was, all right, if he's blocking, I need to find the next thing coming out. And then he released late, and I was kind of in a trail position. And, the only thing running through my head at that time was just don't give up another touchdown, straight to the ball, get it out any way you can. And, when I saw the ball in the air, I saw the ball get thrown, and I was like, all right, it's floating a little bit, so I think I have time to get there. And I saw the ball go into the tight end's hands, and only thing I was thinking was just punch it out, and just don't give up that touchdown.
Aaron?
For both of you, you guys have now won this game 2 years in a row. Do you feel like you have the control of the rivalry now?
I would say yes. I would say as of now, we just kind of playing our ball, being the kind of team that we knew we were. It's just going from there. Sorry, my voice kind of out.
John Borton?
Just talk about that second half overall. Is that, in the time that you have watched Michigan football and the time you've been here, one of the best second halves, especially in a place like this?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, definitely.
Coach, right before we went out, he said, he was like, let's go finish this game, second half team. And for the first time this year, I thought to myself, I was like, you know what, maybe we might be a second half team, and that's fine. Just, finish the game. That's what we've been doing, and we're going to continue doing that.
Patton?
Yeah, for either player that wants to answer, did you sense frustration coming from them as the game wore along offensively? They had their way with every opponent. You guys shut them down. What did you sense from them?
Going into the fourth quarter, we had a quick defensive talk, and first thing we did was we looked over at their sideline, and they were over there hanging their heads a little bit, so we knew we were like, all right, they're vulnerable right now, and let's go out there, let's keep pouncing on them, keep taking away the run game, the pass game, and just take advantage of every opportunity.
Ron Wright?
I think you might have just answered it, but last year after you guys won, Ohio State's toughness was called into question. In fact, I think maybe some of you guys even called them soft. How tough did it feel like it was today coming in, especially being on the road?
Yeah. I mean, like you said, like you could feel when their will breaks, like when they haven't been used to getting hit or getting as physical as we came to play, and you can kind of just feel it kind of go out of them. I can coach up or something.
Eat water.
About what point was that you felt like their will had been broken and you guys had the game in hand, or at least were getting to that point?
I would say fourth quarter. Once we went up by 2 scores, I feel like that's kind of the point where we all looked over to the side. It was like, yeah, you could see like they started hanging their head. They weren't getting off the ball as fast. They weren't really having that confidence that they're used to playing with. And yeah, you could just tell just by looking at them.
Isaiah?
Mikey, at what point did you decide that you were going to plant the flag at midfield? And did you guys discuss that beforehand, or did you just kind of do it?
Oh, I was thinking about that since January. Just coming down here, having the opportunity to win this game at this stadium, first time since 2000. Just, even last year, the only thing I was thinking about was fans rushing the field. This year, I was thinking about playing the flag, and just speaking it into existence. My bad. Just being able to do that feels great. He answered earlier about the rivalry changing, and I just think Coach Harbaugh is doing a great job of helping us execute when this game comes about and just preparing us for this moment.
On the left, Michael?
Mikey, as you guys get ready to go back to Indianapolis again, and potentially the college football playoff, what is the same about this year's team compared to last year, and what's different that allows you to get back to the same spot?
I think what's the same is the grit, determination, the underdog mindset that we had last year. Just, you know, the Michigan versus everybody mindset. What's different is just the fact that it's not the same team as last year. We don't have the same guys defensively. We don't have the same guys offensively. We have majority of the same guys offensively, but you know the identity is not the same as what it was last year. What worked for last year's team is not the same thing that's working right now. You know, we play with a different attitude. You know, not to take nothing away from last year's team, but you know, right now what we're doing is we just have a mindset of nothing that gets in our way is going to stop us, and you know that's just what we pride ourselves on.
Jimmy?
You guys lost a bunch of games to this team in a row a couple of years ago. Now you've won 2 in a row. Where is your confidence against this team now compared to where it was 2-3 years ago?
I mean, just way up. Like after, you know, losing so many games in a row, like, you know, it's the feeling of going into this week just kind of feels different. Like you just have to do it. And now, like, winning 2 in a row, it just gives us, just as a program, just that confidence, you know, just as a whole Michigan family. It just kind of gives everybody just that confidence of, you know, being able to go and do it again.
Chris?
What's it mean when you see your captain go out there, your other captain, Blake Corum, and you know he's going to be struggling, but he gives it a go anyway?
It just shows, like I said, that grit, determination we have, and you know, there's not a doubt in my mind that, you know, everyone on this team is going to give everything they have to help this team succeed, and Blake is definitely one of those guys. You know, Coach Harbaugh said it earlier in the season, Blake is somebody that could play at 12 o'clock, come back and play at 7 o'clock. That's just who he is, that's what he does, and he's not going to, whatever, you know, bumps, bruises, injuries he has, he's going to fight through it and try to give his all.
Got time for about 1 or 2 more each week.
For both of you, the College Football Playoff Committee has been harping on Michigan's non-conference, and you guys didn't have a huge win except Penn State. What does this game say about this team, and also even about the defense that you guys really hadn't played an offense that challenged you too much until today?
I just want to know what the excuse going to be now. I mean, they've given a lot of excuses about, you know, why we were the underdogs and this and that. But, I mean, just turn on the tape. That's kind of how I see it.
Jimmy? Mike, you talked about maintaining the identity. How has that, your guys' confidence in your identity grown in your time here, and what role do you think that plays on the field?
I really don't think that there was ever a confidence issue with, you know, the team's past. It's just
Not confidence, just like the way you guys buy into the, you know, the smash mouth stuff. How does that help on the field?
Oh, I mean, you know, it speaks for itself, really. Just buying into the game plans, buying into, you know, summer workouts, winter workouts, having that mindset of, you know, we want to be the top team, we want to be, you know, the top dogs of the conference, we want to be a team that's, you know, not looked at as, you know, Michigan doesn't deserve to be in this place, that place. And it's like, you know, I was in the training room over the week, and I saw ESPN headline say, is Michigan capable of upsetting Ohio State? And to me, it was like, we're the top 4 teams. They're 2, we're 3. Why is this even a question about an upset? You know, and that's a chip we have as a team that gives us, all right, you know what, this is how they're looking at us. Let's go and prove them wrong.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate